Yes, finally. I got Activision/Blizzard now with that and Mojang, and Bethesda, and with 20 plus more studios I'll win this game.
You cheated, you weren't allowed to buy Activision/Blizzard, I'm telling Dad.
Dad said I can.
Then I'm telling Mom.
Mom said she would reconsider her position.
I can't believe this. Are you okay with this, Nintendo?
Xbox promised me if I landed on Call of Duty I'll be fine, and I have Mario and other cool IPs and I hate you PlayStation.
Crap.
If you haven't heard, Xbox just bought out Blizzard/Activision, making them the largest game studio around. They literally have like 30 game studios under their belt. It's absolutely insane. And you might be wondering, well, this is probably good. You know, this is great for games. This is going to be good. We're going to get good Call of Duty titles finally. You know, they're not going to be releasing every year and be the same crap all the time. Or, you know, maybe we won't get, you know, Diablo Immortal.
Right, yeah, of course.
You know, probably not, right? You know, but you know what I think? I think this is going to be great for Blizzard, but it's going to be bad for games, for gamers in general. But how did we get here? How did we get to this point where Xbox owns 30 plus studios, and they're not the only one that owns enormous amounts of studios. There's other people. Like PlayStation owns a lot, EA owns a lot. You know, you put them all together, there's like 60 or 70 studios that like 3 or 4 companies own. So how did we get here? Xbox has been acquiring games since it was, you know, since it came out. They've been acquiring studios. And so this is not like old news, but I think it's what's alarming people, me included, is the rate that they're acquiring studios. Some people are applauding this, like they're really happy that they got Blizzard and Activision. Like, this is their piece of plastic that they worship, and damn all else, you know? I need everything to be on Xbox, and I get it, you know, like I get that, you know, maybe you're a big Call of Duty fan or you're a big Diablo or World of Warcraft fan, and maybe you would like to see World of Warcraft on the console, you know, which would be a big move for Xbox to do to get World of Warcraft on the console. But, it's just, for me, I think this is just bad for games, or for gamers, like, in general. Great for Activision Blizzard. Great for them, you know? We might really start seeing good titles, like, coming out from Blizzard and Activision. Maybe a new IP for once. That'd be pretty freaking sick. But I think in overall, it would be bad for just gamers in general, because I think, as I look into it, especially with Xbox, we've seen games releasing with Xbox Studios, some being like really, really good games, while a big chunk of them were just like not as great, or just them not releasing at all. And I'm talking about you, Rare, releasing one freaking game. You know, like all we got was one game from you, Sea of Thieves. That's all I got from you, Rare. And then it's just, let me not get into the more of the studios that Xbox has. So some of them are releasing games, you know, and we've seen something like Redfall. Yeah, because Redfall was a great game.
Should still check out that other helicopter before going back. What's going on?
Well, there's a reason Xbox started buying all these studios. Besides, you know, having everything on Xbox and making money, it all comes down to PlayStation basically like scooping up deals on Xbox, and Xbox pretty much getting salty about it. Like, I believe Starfield, the next Bethesda exclusive game, well, the next Bethesda game was going to be exclusive to PlayStation, and Phil Spencer was like, that ain't happening.
No way. Not this time. Not this time. No, not this time.
I'm pretty sure Xbox was tired of the special treatment PlayStation was getting with Activision. So they were like, well, we're going to buy this out too, because it kind of affects Xbox's bottom line. They're like, you might be like, oh, I hate Call of Duty. I hate shooting games. Well, there's a lot of people who like Call of Duty and like games that Blizzard makes. I know that's freaking crazy. I know that's insane, but they like to play Call of Duty, you know, and buy the same game over and over and over again.
You don't say. You don't say. You don't say.
But yeah, it affects this hardware sales. Like, what do you play Call of Duty on? You're gonna play it on Xbox. You're gonna play it on PlayStation, and usually you play it on PlayStation because you got special treatment. You got things faster than what Xbox would get them at, you know? And Xbox was just tired of it, which is why they were tired of dealing with this, and they bought out, you know, they bought out Activision / Blizzard. To say that's the only reason is dumb, but it was one of the factors into the sale. And I think my biggest fear with this happening is that other big companies that are like Microsoft, like Sony or EA, you know, decide to buy even more and acquiring more and more gaming studios, which would destroy franchises. I feel like certain franchises were either completely changed or very far from what they used to make. And I feel like the quality of games would just went down, you know? I mean, PlayStation has been making some pretty good games, you know? But EA, I have my issues with EA. And who's to say when all these big companies acquire every single one of these studios, you know, that all of a sudden games start, they're like $100 each. I don't know if I'll see it within 5 years, maybe, who knows, but who's to say it won't? Or they're not $100, but every single game is just littered with microtransactions. We see it today. We see nothing but microtransactions in the newest AAA studios and titles. I mean, like, look at Halo for an example, too. Like, Halo Infinite. This was supposed to be, you know, Halo going back to kind of like its roots, you know? To have a good Halo again and not be Halo 5. Because, you know, Halo 5 was definitely a great game. Yeah, it didn't make me fight the same boss 9 times. It didn't. Yeah, it definitely did make me fight. But besides the point, Halo, it was so bare bones. I got nothing with that game. I was so excited to play Halo with my friends, and then there was just nothing. I mean, I know it's a bit better now, but it's still, I don't know, it lost me. Like, what do I do now? I was the biggest Halo fan growing up, and now I just don't even want to be bothered with it anymore. And I feel like the same could be said with other video game like titles and franchises. Like, where are we going from here? EA has released like a banger of a game, like, you know, the new Jedi games are pretty freaking, they're awesome. But then you also get littered with other games that just, like, the new Battlefield, Battlefield 2042, whatever the hell it was called, Future Battlefield. It was awful on release. I bet you the store worked, though. I bet you the store worked. And the same thing with Halo. There was nothing in Halo, pretty bare bones, but hey, we got the store and a battle pass, don't you wait. There's a battle pass, hey, it's good. We got battle pass now. It's real good, you know? Yeah, we could customize our armors. You know, you could do this in that game. Yeah, I was able to customize my goddamn armor back in Halo 3 and in Reach. I was able to do whatever I wanted. Now I gotta buy it all. And that's the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem we're going down. Every one of these games, I gotta freaking buy a battle pass. I gotta microtransactions and crap. It's one thing if the game is free, but if I have to drop 60 bones for it, I'm gonna be pissed. Halo is free, and when you do a free game, it's gotta have content. It's gotta have the content, especially a live service model. It didn't have the content. It's one thing if it doesn't launch without content, and then a month later, here's your content. Another month later, here's your content, and they just shoot content, you know, just nonstop, you know, content for everybody. And then, but that wasn't the case with Halo. There was fucking nothing, okay? There was nothing. I couldn't do squat. There was no custom games. There was no Forge, okay? Now we got it, but it's too late. I'm done. That ship has sailed. Halo's got to do something remarkable for most of us to get back into it. And that's the other thing. These games used to release with all the features included. Now it's just segmented into a live service. And these are the same studios that own everything. These companies, they just own all the games now. They want it to be extremely profitable, I bet you. And so like now I gotta wait to have my Forge in Halo. What's next in, you know, like what happens in Call of Duty? Oh, I gotta wait for Spec Ops. I mean, they don't even make Spec Ops. Do they still make? Yeah, they make Spec Ops, but I gotta wait for the next missions. You know what I mean? Oh, it only had 4 maps. Oh, don't worry. The next 5 maps will release within the year. And make sure you get that battle pass. Yeah. Thanks for the freaking battle pass. It's a really nice fucking battle pass. Yeah, I love battle pass so much. And I've been talking a lot about Xbox, and I feel like if any of these companies, right? Any of these companies that had the same amount of capital that Microsoft has, because Microsoft is huge. They be buying out studios left and right too. Like PlayStation would be doing the same thing. EA would be doing the same thing. Nintendo would probably not be doing the same thing because Nintendo does a lot of in-house stuff. They're very in-house, and you know that they rarely acquire studios and stuff. But either way, I feel like other companies would be doing the same thing. And to say like I hate Xbox, that's not true. I grew up with Xbox, okay? I grew up with that OG Xbox playing Halo 2 and then getting a 360 and having my mind blown with Halo 3, okay? And Gears of War. I was a big Xbox fan. And I started to really hate Xbox around the Kinect, which a lot of people probably did too. I still had hope that, you know, my hope was regained with Xbox, and I did get an Xbox One later on when Phil Spencer took over, but I'm still kind of like salty. I don't know. I'm paranoid more on how many games they're acquiring. I like competition. I want games to innovate and fight over what's the best game, or like this is something completely new and it gets gamers' attention, and like, oh, this is really sick. I feel like a lot of the games that do that nowadays are indie games. I'm finding myself more and more playing indie games and indie titles. Like the last indie title that I played recently was probably Cult of the Lamb, but I really enjoyed Hades and other indie games. They were freaking awesome, you know? And I'm afraid that as we go on this route, that more of these indie developers are gonna come out with really, really good games that are gonna, and then like these bigger studios comes along and just swallows them up, you know? And they're like, and they kind of sell out, and we don't get the same like experience, like more, you know? But I still have hope that indie games are gonna come out and just be the ones that are innovating games nowadays. Like we still get some like AAA studios that do something completely different, but I think indies are where it's at right now. But maybe I'm just paranoid, you know? Maybe I'm just really paranoid. But what do you guys think? You guys think I'm crazy, I'm paranoid, I'm stupid, or whatever it is? Leave a comment down below and like, and please subscribe. I need some subscribers, please. And I also stream all the time on Twitch. I just got done doing a stream. I'm freaking exhausted. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Thanks, Polly. You know, I really didn't want the Deku shield. You know, I was like, that shield sucks. Like, who wants that?